Welcome back to Captain Crypto's Compass, and in this video I'm going to talk about a very volatile project called Virtuals AI, what we can expect and what are the charts saying. Hi, I'm Martin. I'm the founder of Captain Crypto's Compass. I'm a trader and a professor at the Financial Freedom Academy. I am passionate about helping you to achieve financial freedom through the art and the gift of trading. I will be providing you with actionable technical analysis and insights on your favorite cryptocurrency projects to help you make better and more informed decisions. If you're ready to take your trading to the next level, you're in the right place. So I've gone ahead and opened up virtuals on the 5-day chart on Bybit. Now I've chosen to go with the 5-day chart instead of the weekly because you can see that virtuals it doesn't have a lot of price action, being a relatively new project launching in last year of November. So it has had a fantastic run. You know, when it was introduced, it went all the way from roughly 34 cents all the way to this $5.13. And ever since this breakdown we have seen a little bit of a downtrend with Virtuals protocol. So I'd like to just draw attention then to this downtrend that's forming. If you look at the pivot highs here and look at these pivot highs, you can see that it's formed a beautiful downtrend for us to give us a visual guide of when we can expect a breakout moment for virtuals. As soon as we can reclaim this trend line and start holding support above this, that would be a confirmation of a trend reversal. But looking at the trend now, we do need to trade with this downtrend and we can expect some resistances. A couple of weaknesses that I see with Virtuals AI here is that even when we saw this bounce, we created a low and lower low on this double bottom pattern. We saw a fantastic push higher into these higher areas here, going all the way from roughly 41 cents all the way to this top pivot at roughly 56%. You can see that gave us an increase of roughly about 513%. So that just highlights the volatility of the specific project. And now we're looking at this downtrend. We can see that we started facing resistance at this downtrend, and we are currently trading below the moving averages. Now, there was a positive sign happening for virtuals with this downtrend coming back down to the 21 SMA. We can see this yellow line started trying to hold support on the 21 SMA, but it got rejected at this downtrend yet again, and we have broken the 21 simple moving average here, and we are trading below this moving average. So we can expect these moving averages to start putting a lot of pressure on top of price here. The moving averages are currently sitting at roughly $1.66, and we're currently trading at roughly $1.22. So we can expect a lot of resistance here. Another thing that I can see that adds to the idea of this downtrend is if I take the anchored VWAPs from the bottom pivot and the top pivot, it gives us these two white moving average lines, and we can see that the Virtuals is trading below both of these moving averages, and we can see the last little pump we had here got rejected at this anchored VWAP. So we are going to start putting a lot of pressure on these support zones. Now, the first one that I've highlighted, looking at market structure to the left, we can see that we had these pivot lows and pivot highs and market structure in this area here. So I've marked this in the green box here between roughly $1.21 all the way back down to roughly 94 cents. I'd like to see virtuals actually start holding in this area here for a potential push higher to break this trend line, but we will need to watch this closely, because if we do break this market structure support here, the next market structure support sitting at these pivot highs is sitting at roughly 84 to 79 cents. Hey, hope you're enjoying the content so far. Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Now, another thing that I looked at here is the Fibonacci golden pocket, taking it from the previous pivot highs to lows to this recent pivot high over here. This gave us a Fibonacci golden pocket support zone between the 0.5 and 618, sitting at roughly 73 cents all the way back down to this 54 cents. So I would not be actually surprised to see virtuals form a double bottom here if it cannot break through this downtrend. If the moving averages keep on pushing virtuals down, this would be the logical level of support to re-enter. So I'm looking at these levels. This would be a high probability area of support to add to virtuals, when at the moment we are trading with this downtrend. If we do see a push up here, we want to see the virtuals actually reclaim these moving averages, and as soon as we start seeing a reclaim of these moving averages as support, holding above these anchored VWAPs and the moving averages that we see here between roughly this $1.67 all the way to this $1.46, only then will we be in a position to actually start targeting these higher extension targets. Now, if we do manage to hold here and we see a reclaim and a break above this downtrend and a retesting of this trend line, we're looking at these logical targets. The previous pivot high is sitting at roughly $2.57. The golden pocket resistance, taking a measured move from the lows to highs and assuming that we will form a bottom somewhere in this area here. This gives us a resistance target in the golden pocket between roughly $2.80 and $3.47. So I'll be expecting a lot of resistance in this area here, and if we do manage to reclaim that, the all-time highs are sitting at this $5.13. So I've just taken a measured move from the candle body closes to this wick, and this gave us a range of roughly $5.13 all the way back down to almost $4, $3.99. So these are the targets that I have. We will need to see where support comes in with virtuals, as we have started testing and putting pressure on market structure to the left here with virtuals with this downtrend that we can see forming here. So let's have a look and see if where virtuals can find support, either being on this market structure here or these market structure bottom pivots, or even the golden pocket support sitting all the way at the bottom, maybe even forming a double bottom in the future. But this is what I see for virtuals. The potential increases here, risk to reward, seems quite favorable. If we do manage to hold support in this area here, a retest to these previous pivot highs is roughly about 57%, and this pivot high over here is 111. So that is a fantastic return that we might be able to see with virtuals if we can hold support in this crucial battleground we are currently facing. But I would like to see first a reclaim of this trend line, so something like this. If we can push past this trend line and start holding support above it, that will put us in a position to actually start targeting these higher levels. But for now, this downtrend will still in play. We need to trade with the downtrend and wait for our confirmation of a breakout for virtuals. Now we can only hope for this to happen, and we're looking for key support to enter virtuals. But it is looking like a positive setup if it can start holding these areas, and I'd like to just see us reclaim the moving averages, trade above the moving averages with this weakness that we saw here, and we broke the moving averages, reclaim that, retest that as support, and then virtuals will be off to the races, and we can actually start seeing it try and test these higher levels. Peace and love. Happy trading. See you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and hit the bell notifications. Also, remember to click the link in the description below to join my mailing list, where I'll be sending you free emails and trading videos, and also market report updates weekly to help you stay ahead of the herd. As always, this community would not be the same without you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love. See you next time.